Hugo's next. He says, hey, Brad and team, when building a directory, how would you go about getting your first 20 listings? Scrape them. Do you scrape and add listings manually before launching? Yes. That's how I started the agency, the directory site. I only scraped 9 sites, or states, 9 states. I do one state at a time. By the way, this is 100% taught in SOP format in the mastermind. Literally step-by-step instructions on how to do every part of this process. So I scraped 9 states up and down the East Coast, literally from, I think, Pennsylvania down through Florida. And then from that point, like after I got that, I think the last state I did was Georgia, I think. Anyway, and then after that, the directory ranked, and I haven't really added manually or scraped. And ever since then, I've just been receiving inbound leads. So I haven't really done much since then. But yeah, that's what we use. Originally, I was using D7 Lead Finder as a scraper. That's expensive, though. It's good, but it's expensive. It's called D7 Lead Finder. D7 Lead Finder. I'm going to show you the ones that I've used and the one that I'm currently using. So D7 Lead Finder is this one here. It's expensive. In order to be efficient with this, if you're scraping leads. Now, if you're saying 20 leads, by the way, don't just scrape 20, man. Scrape hundreds, thousands, and load them up into the directory. Seriously, it doesn't matter. Scrape, what I do it on a state-by-state basis. So I go in and I scrape all the tree service contractors in the state of Virginia, for example. That's where I started because that's where I am. And then you go through and there's a process of cleaning and deduping the list, getting rid of non-relevant entries, because that's going to happen when you scrape. You're going to get stuff that's completely non-relevant. So you got to go through a filtering and cleaning process. Once you go through all of that, then what's left, then you import into the directory. And I just have a basic. I had an onboarding call with one of our new mastermind members within this week sometime, and he created some sort of an app that connects with ChatGPT and actually creates and it connects to I don't know, it's done through Zapier or what. Anyway, it was fabulous. What the configuration that he set up sounded amazing. And I was like, dude, you got to share that with me. But anyway, I've just got a templated kind of tokenized description in the directory so that when I import a CSV file, it just populates the business description section of the listing with the same description, right? It's just tokenized so that the company name and the service area, et cetera, are all swapped out with what's relevant to that particular listing. But they're all the same, very basic, unoptimized listings. Whoever it was that I was talking with, and if you're watching, forgive me for forgetting your name, and I wouldn't have called you out anyways in the middle of a public webinar. But one of the new mastermind members that I had a call with, like I said, he's got a directory, and he created his own kind of app integration that connects with ChatGPT and automatically creates a unique description for every business based upon, it goes and crawls the website of the listing description. So that the target website, right? The client's or the prospect's website, and it pulls these products and services from there. And it creates a description around the products, services, and location of that particular business. I think that's fucking brilliant. I can't wait to figure that out or have him show me how he did it so that I can work that into our process. But currently what I'm saying is it's just a very basic generic, and most of the listings that are currently showing on my give me a minute. Let me clean up my other browser first before I do this. Let me get rid of some of these tabs. So I'm just going to show you treecarehq.com. You'll see hold on, I got it open. I'm just closing down some windows here, guys. Give me a second. All right. So here's treecarehq.com, and you'll see these are probably, so this is a kind of fairly that's not the generic description. Excuse me. That's what I was looking for. That's not the generic description I'm talking about. It's probably, I don't know if I could find one very quickly or not. Anyway, what I'm saying is it's very just a line of text, and it says, company names, provides tree services in city, contact whatever to request a free estimate. But why I'm telling you to do more than 20 is because that's how you start to build relevance into the directory, right? Is just by adding more and more listings. You can start to build authority through adding more listings. if that makes sense. So don't just start with 20, try to, pick a state, whatever state that you're currently in or whatever state you desire you want to start with, and scrape all the listings in that particular state for that type of a business. Then go through the process of cleaning and deduping and everything else. There's another service that was on AppSumo, but I think you can buy it direct too. And it's really no difference in pricing as far as I know. It's called Lead Scrape. I used this for a long time. You have to have the business license for this to work properly though. So let's see, buy right there. I think it's like $300 a year or something like that. Yeah, $247 per year. And that works pretty good too. This is a desktop app instead of a cloud app. So this works pretty good too. It actually this does a little bit better as far as producing less non-relevant listings when you do a scrape than D7 Lead Finder. It's not as efficient. So with this, you have to basically start a scrape job at night, but when you go to leave for the night or when you're done for the night, that's when you fire this up and let it run overnight, because it's a resource hog. It'll use up all your computer's resources and everything else, and it takes a long time. But once it's done, you've got a good list. It's very effective, and there's less stuff to clean than there is from D7 Lead Finder. But you still have to go through that kind of cleaning process, that filtering process. You have to every time, no matter what. More recently, I'm using Outscraper. Right here, Google. That's just a post, but this is the Google Maps data scraper. This is the one I'm using now. And what I like about this is pay as you go, and it's very inexpensive. So you can come in here and you can load $50 in credits up, and that'll last you a long time, right? And this works really good too. And this is fairly quick. This one produces results really quickly, and it exports them in CSV format already. So it's really nice. This is what we're using, or what I'm using now, and I really like this one. So there you go. Okay. I have a strong domain, so wanting to charge for listings, and aside from SEO, trying to think of ways I can convey value to people as to why they should use my directory. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, so another thing you can do is you can put in WP links, WordPress plugin. I'm just going to say WP plugin, WP links plugin right there. It's by this right here. This is Web Limited or Web Ltd or whatever. This is a really good, there's a free version and there's a pro version. The pro version is very inexpensive, but you can do with WP links as a WordPress plugin, you can set in, there's probably other I know there's other plugins that do this. I like this one the best. In fact, this plugin developer has a lot of plugins that I've been buying lately. They've got really good suite of tools that I've been buying, almost all of their, and they're inexpensive too for the pro or developer license or whatever. Anyway, you can use this plugin to set all links to no follow, all external links. And then you can go in and set exceptions to those that become premium directory listings or clients of yours, or however you monetize your directory. You can go set exclusions to exclude those from the no follow list. In other words, you can turn their links to do follow, those that are paying you, clients, premium directory subscribers, or whatever, however you decide to monetize it. So that's why I say, just go ahead and populate the site with hundreds or even thousands of listings, because that's going to build even more authority to the domain, right? It does. It makes it more authoritative. And then what you do is, like I said, automatically by default, no follow all external links. And then as you add new clients in, or people upgrade to premium subscriptions, then you just add their domain to the exclusion list so that it becomes do follow links. Does that make sense? And you can do all kinds of stuff with the directory to make it more valuable, to make their listing more valuable. In fact, I started working on that this morning on Twitch because I'm part of the directory hybrid agency training that I'm developing right now, is using the directory as, for all client work, you use the directory as your primary, is like one of the primary assets for a client, right? So you create an optimized directory listing. You can add schema, optimize content, Google Map embed, video embed, video object schema, so that you can get the thumbnail to show, the video thumbnail to show next to the directory listing in the SERPs or the search results. So there's a number of things that you can do to really improve the directory and make a listing very valuable. And here's the other thing. Remember, when you create directory listings, premium listings for subscribers or for clients or whatever, that becomes a primary link building target, right? For your client, that then you use their budget, whatever retainer budget they're giving you, to build links to your directory. You understand? To their listing on your directory. So it benefits them, but it's also benefiting your directory. So if that client decides that they don't want to use your services or pay you anymore, you can go back in, remove their domain from the exclusion list, the no follow exclusion list, right? So you automatically no follow all their links, but you use their budget to build links to your directory, which is going to benefit your entire directory. Does that make sense? So there's a number of, it's again, Terry Kyle used to call that switchbox SEO, where you control kind of link equity by being able to turn the switch on and off. And that's what you can do with a follow, no follow, right? You can turn it on and off if you wanted. So that anyways, like I said, there's just a lot of benefit to building a directory, guys, for your agency, because man, you can do so much with it, and you can build so much authority using your clients' budgets to your directory, which is your asset that you own and control, right? Your client can leave. They can't take that from you. You still have the directory and all the money that you use from their budget to build links to your directory, which benefits them while they're a paying client. Does that make sense? So anyway, I would encourage you definitely to proceed with that plan.